Hi everyone, welcome to this editing exercise. And we've discussed this in class already. This is a communication based abstract, and we are rewriting it. Rather, we are copy editing and proofreading it to make it more understandable and make it aligned to guidelines of technical writing. So we start with the first sentence, and a e-spirit based algorithm for joint estimation of DOA and polarization using this uniform circular array is proposed in this paper. Now it's completely okay to start an abstract very clearly defining what is proposed in this paper. However, in this particular case, it appears that there are several unknowns, like what is DOA, what is e-spirit is actually not known. And in fact, we notice that later on in the abstract, this term electromagnetic vector sensor uniform circular array, which is quite a mouthful, is used again and again. It's referred to again and again. So what we'll do here is, if we were, say, writing it for a magazine, it's a good idea to start with a more general introduction of the background and the context of the paper. So we could say in communication systems, the DOA here is direction of arrival. We say the direction of arrival and polarization for a linear sensor array are often computed through estimation of signal parameter, and this is essentially the expansion of this e-spirit algorithm. Okay. We then rewrite the second statement, essentially trying to understand what is the problem with e-spirit, and that is the gap that this paper aims to address. So the authors write that e-spirit algorithm fails to work using this particular array since it requires the data received by the array to possess certain rotation invariance structures, but this circular array does not have that. Now, a better sentence construction while maintaining the same meaning would be to say, however, since the e-spirit algorithm relies on the rotational invariance of the data received by the array, it cannot be applied to electromagnetic vector sensor arrays, EVSAs, having a uniform circular pattern. Now, for the first time, the moment we mentioned these vector sensor arrays, we have abbreviated them, and now for the rest of the abstract, wherever we need to refer to them, we will just call them EVSAs and not the full form. Okay. So we've established what is e-spirit and why e-spirit doesn't work on particular cases. To address this particular issue, these authors are proposing a new method, right? So we continue and say, concerning this issue, the proposed algorithm utilizes so-and-so cumulant, obtaining virtual extension of the array, and then constructs pairs of subarrays. So obviously there's a grammatical error here as well, not just a language construction or an understanding error here. So we've got to rewrite this part as well. Please feel free to pause the video and read this sentence. I'm rewriting it in this form. To address this limitation, the proposed algorithm utilizes the fourth order cumulant to obtain a virtually extended EVSA having a uniform circular distribution. Then we rewrite and correct the grammar of the second sentence as well, and say, by obtaining pairs of rotation invariant subarrays from this array, the proposed algorithm then utilizes the e-spirit algorithm and parameter pair matching to estimate the DOA and polarization. So essentially, the job of a copy editor is to understand the meaning, the intended meaning by the authors, and then propose a better sentence, oftentimes much more than what involves just proofreading, in many cases having to rewrite the entire sentence. So essentially what the authors are saying is that since e-spirit could not be applied to one type of arrays, the idea is to utilize a particular concept and obtain a virtually extended form of array, and then they obtain rotation invariant subarrays from this virtually extended arrays, and then e-spirit algorithm can be applied. The proposed algorithm is a closed form parameter estimation technique and could effectively reduce the computation complexities. Now, there is no problem in this sentence at all. We can leave it as it is. Or maybe just for a little more emphasis, we could replace could with can. Now, this is, of course, we can say can only if we have done sufficient experiments to prove in the paper and validate in the paper that it actually can. Okay, but if it cannot and you're just suggesting this, it would be better to use could. Finally, the efficiency of the algorithm is demonstrated by simulation experiments. Just a slight rewriting of this sentence could be the efficiency of the algorithm is demonstrated through experimental simulations. Otherwise also this sentence seemed okay. So this is how the revised copy edited version of the abstract looks like. That brings me to the copy editing exercise that you're supposed to do this week. This assignment is going to come online on Google Classroom, and you will have about 1 week to solve it. One short paragraph is being given to you. I'll be sharing a doc file with you, which is your own personal copy, and there will be a space to just copy this whole thing and paste the corrected version, the copy edited version. Okay, so there are few things that you should keep in mind. Firstly, read everything very, very carefully, and along with the text, along with this paragraph, you also need to copy edit these references. Okay, so now these references, you can see, are in certain format, like they have author names, they have the title, they have the journal, but like volume number, issue number, page number, or DOI is missing. Similarly, in the second one, just the name of the conference is there and the author and title is there, but other information that is required in a conference paper is missing. So along with this exercise, I'm also uploading a bibliography style guide for IEEE style, and I would like you to look into that style guide. And since first one is a journal paper and the second one is a conference paper, you need to figure out how journal and conference papers are formatted in IEEE style, in IEEE style of bibliography, and update these references correctly. Okay? So that means they should be complete. These references should be in IEEE style. Okay? To get more information about these references, just copy paste this title in Google and you'll find the rest of the details. But it's important that the references are complete and they are in IEEE style. Their in-text citation should also be correctly mentioned, that we have already discussed in class, and any other grammatical or sentence correction, sentence construction errors, or just simply statements that do not communicate the idea correctly according to you should be rewritten. I hope you complete this exercise on time. Thank you.